Hi guys, welcome back. In today's videos, we are going to learn how to create asset master in SAP system. And here I'm going to use S4 HANA, that is 2025 version. Whereas if you are going to use ECC also, the master data creation is exactly same. There is no change. So the same video you can practice on ECC also if you have ECC system as well. And this is actually part of record to report process because we know that the entire asset management is part of record to report. So here we are going to create asset master. Then in subsequent videos, we are also going to see various type of asset transactions like acquisitions, different mode of acquisitions, retirement, depreciation calculation, so that you will get a complete series related to our asset accounting. And it is one of your fundamental areas if you are preparing for the consulting job also. So let's get started. So first, let's understand what exactly asset master. So an asset master is the core record for any fixed asset or for a particular company when we are going to purchase any assets. It may be laptop, it may be machineries, furnitures, any vehicles. So anything when we are going to purchase which are our fixed asset. So in our SAP system, we have to create that particular base record, which we are saying that asset master. Just like when you are going to post any customer related transactions, you need to have the customer master. Supplier related transactions, you need to have your supplier master. Similarly, assets should be there before posting the transaction. And every asset which we are going to acquire, it must have one asset master, means the base record should be there. Then in asset master, we are going to include various informations related to various areas, like we are going to have asset class. So it contains asset class. So if you don't know what is asset class, like when you are going to create a customer master, you must have your customer group. So under one customer group, you are going to create the customer master. Similarly, when we are going to create a particular asset, then the similar group of assets should come under your asset class. And when we create asset master, if you are from the user side, then you will get the information that this particular asset master, you are going to create under which group or under which asset class. Or if you are the consultant or if you are preparing for consulting job, then you know how to create the asset class. So asset class, I can say simply under which group we are going to create the asset master. Example, suppose I need to create a machine, particular machine. So that machine should come under particular asset class. If you are going to purchase computer, then that should come under particular asset class. Building. So all the different type of which we have the assets which we are going to purchase or which we are going to acquire. When I'm saying purchase, it may be external purchase, internal asset acquisition, whatever. Asset class is mandatory because without having the asset class, we will not able to create the asset master. And if you're not going to create asset master, you will not post the transaction. So that is one mandatory field, or under that we are going to create the asset master. Similarly, cost center, because ultimately when you will calculate your depreciation, so depreciation should transfer to your cost of production calculation. So that's why initially the depreciation we will transfer to the cost center as your cost object. So cost center also should be there. Profit center accounting, if you are using, then profit center also should be there in your asset master. Then locations, that also you are going to add. Capitalization date, maybe manually you can add, or through transaction you can get the capitalization date, or through when you are going to capitalize the asset, that time also you are going to get the capitalization date. Similarly, for depreciation calculation point of view, depreciation key should be there by using the depreciation method, or by using the depreciation calculation method only we are going to calculate the depreciation, and the connector is your depreciation key. The useful life of the asset, that also we are going to add in the asset master. So all these informations, when we are going to create the asset master, it should be there. And your asset postings like your acquisition, retirement, transfer, depreciation, all this is going to be posted on the basis of this asset master. Now, what is the prerequisite before creating the assets? Before you will create an asset master, the prerequisite is that, as I said, asset class must be there, because under that only we are going to create the asset master. A number range must be assigned which asset class. So when user is going to create the asset master, and in system when we are going to save it, system is going to assign the number range. Again, number range, it will be part of configuration, number range creation. So you may create number range as internal number range or external. So that also should be there. Then the depreciation key must be there. So that depreciation, when I will create the asset master, you will see that I will assign a depreciation key. So that should be part of configuration. It will be there. Your chart of depreciation must be there, like what are the different depreciation methods we are depreciation areas we are going to maintain or we are going to have to post various type of transactions. That means complete asset related books of accounts. For maintaining purpose, you must have your chart of depreciations, like we have chart of accounts for GL. Similarly, for multiple depreciation areas, you must have your chart of depreciation, and that should be assigned to your company code as well. And if you are preparing for consulting, so these are the prerequisite configurations before posting these transactions. And if you are the user and you are preparing for record to report job, or asset is there in your profile, then all these informations you are going to get from the development team, or from the business you will get it, or when you will get the training, they will share the information that you are going to create this particular asset under which asset class, or which cost center you need to assign. So all these informations, when they will do the KT, that time they will assign this one, because all these things are already configured by their consultant. So as we understood now the basics, now let's try the same thing in the system to create the particular asset master. So I will use here the transaction code S01 because I'm using on premises, but when you will create the asset master through Fiori, then that time we are going to use the Fiori applications. But right now I'm showing this one in on-premise system. So right now I'm in easy access. Either you use transaction code here S01, otherwise if you use the navigation, then it will be there under your accounting, then asset account, financial accounting, then it will be there under your fixed asset. And then first we need to create the asset. So it will be there asset and create. So create the asset master. So I was talking about the asset class. So you can see the first field which is there in your asset class. So that information we need to add. So I will add that one. I'm going to create one printer. So I'm going to create one printer, and subsequently I'm going to use that asset master for my posting of the transaction. So printer means it will be part of my computer. I have created one asset class, and that I'm going to add it here. So I was talking about the asset class. So you can see the first field, that is your asset class. So I'm going to purchase one printer, that is HP printer. But before that, we need to create that asset master. So HP printer will be my asset master, and that will be part of our computer group. So this asset class I already created, Z8004. So when you will practice, so you will get this information from the development team. If you are preparing for the user point of view, and if you are preparing for consulting job, then definitely you know how to create the asset class. So I already created this one. In another video, I will show you how to create asset class. So assume that asset class we have created, and enter. Now here you are going to give the description for your asset master. So that will be HP printer. Okay, and let's take some model number, let's say 601, something I have added here. And this one we are going to purchase letter. Okay, so I have added here the basic informations like name, the details. Then we need to add the cost center. So that is one important field. So I need to add here cost center. So we are purchasing this laptop for our particular department. So let's say I will purchase, we are purchasing this asset for marketing team. So marketing cost center I have added here, and accordingly I got my admin department as profit center. So profit center accounting is optional. If you are working on profit center accounting, then it is required, otherwise not required. And cost center is required because on the basis of cost center, or when we will calculate the depreciation, so it will be, depreciation will be part of your cost of production calculation. So in this series also I will show you how to run the depreciation program too. So these informations you will get it from your business. Then other informations, if we have, you can add that one location and all. Now important one is your depreciation areas on a particular chart of depreciation. So this is our company code, one company code Z800, and for this company code I have activated one chart of depreciation that includes two depreciation areas. One will be our company law point of view depreciation area, and another one is your tax depreciation area. So depreciation area is nothing but for a particular requirement we are going to maintain end-to-end books of accounts related to a particular requirement. So that is my depreciation. So I am going to maintain my asset books of accounts for company law and asset books of accounts for my tax valuation. So two independent depreciation areas we have. Are we going to post two transactions? No, user is just going to post one transactions, but ultimately we'll see the informations in both the depreciation areas. And informations can be different. Like here I will take life of the asset, suppose let's say 5 years. Okay, here I can take life of asset is 4 years. So different values you can add here. You can start depreciation, start date you can mention that from this date depreciation will be calculated, or you can also on the basis of configurations depreciation start date can be defined. So I'm not going to maintain anything here. On the basis of depreciation previous configuration, we will see what will be the depreciation start date. So once we'll run the depreciation, that time we'll see. In fact, once we'll post the transaction, that time also I will add that one. So right now you can see here that I have two depreciation areas, 1 and 10, and I got automatically, because of configurations, two depreciation key for calculation point of view. One life of asset is 5 years, another is 4 years. That's it. I'm not going to maintain anything, and save it. Now we have created our asset master, asset number 1003, and this one in subsequent video I will use it for the transaction point of view. Sometimes we may also create asset that is not actual asset, but for the various type of business process point of view, transaction postings point of view, those are known as your asset under construction. As it is asset master creation videos, let me create one asset master for that category also. Okay, so that in future we will use that one in our any business transactions or any business process. So exactly the same concept, but that is not your actual asset. Like here we have created the HP printer. That will be one virtual asset, you can say. So actually there will be no asset will be there. Okay, so I'm going to create one more asset class, and this time it is Z8 asset under construction. Okay, so asset under construction, and here I will just name it for as AUC for computer purchase. Okay, something similar. I can give the name as AUC computer, and here maybe I can add the cost center. Depends whether this field is mandatory or not. Although on this particular category of asset, depreciation value will be 0 because this is not your actual asset. So depreciation field, if it is mandatory, then we can add it. Otherwise we can skip it. I don't know whether it is there or not. So it's showing that profit center required field. So I need to add the cost center. So let me add here a cost center. Okay, but we can ignore this one also, but the field, if it is mandatory, then we can't ignore. And here we are not going to maintain any depreciation key and depreciation all related, because on this asset depreciation will not be calculated. So save it. Okay, so one asset was, previous one is your 1003, here it is 2001, right? So let's note it. So we have one asset we purchase, asset master we created, that is printer, and the printer is your 1003. And second one I created asset, that is asset under construction, and that one is 2001. Both are, like, you can say this is one actual asset, this is one, just in books of account we have created the asset. Now if you want to modify any particular asset, to create AS01, to modify AS02, or through navigation also you can access it. So select here which asset you want to modify. Suppose I want to modify 1003, that is my printer. Okay, enter, then whatever you want to add, you can add here, right? So I want to add here the origin information, so I want to add here location information, so you can add. Similarly, if you want to display any particular asset master, so you can go to AS03. So select the asset, enter, and you'll get the view options. Okay, so in this particular video, we learn how to create the asset master through on-premises. In our subsequent videos, we will see how to acquire the asset through finance as well as through the logistic. And we are going to use this particular asset master in our transactions also.